Maybe you'll have another one, Carl.
Yeah, that's right. Meantime, a new 3D printing ETF is launching today. 3D Printing and Technology Fund will focus on around 30 to 40 companies that are pure plays in that space. Alan Meckler is the Senior Portfolio Manager for 3D Printing Fund Advisors and the CEO and Chairman of Mediabistro. He joins us here at Post 9. Alan, it's good to have you back. Welcome.
Hey, I want to just say it's a mutual fund, not an ETF.
Okay. All right. We always think of you as a media guy.
Okay.
What makes you interested in this space?
Well, it's interesting. About every 20 years or so, a paradigm shift comes along. Fortunately, I was involved during the early days of the Internet, and about 2 years ago, learned about the 3D printing and started to look into it and saw many of the same trappings of the launching of the Internet, the commercial Internet in the early 1990s.
What takes it from being a novelty to a large-scale device that is used by big companies around the world?
I think the big thing to understand is that 3D printing is an ecosystem. A lot of people are only thinking of it, and when they sort of downplay it, they're thinking of it as printers, just a printer business. Ultimately, everyone gets a printer, and it's all over. But the ramifications and the ecosystem of 3D printing is immense, because not only is it being used in revolutionizing manufacturing and all kinds of business, but it's going to be very big for the prosumer and the consumer, where people are actually going to be able, much like the early days of the Internet, to get into a situation where they can start a business on the side, and the next thing you know, it's explosive and they're going public.
So medical as well, I know, has been...
Medical is huge.
Yeah.
Medical and aerospace right now, I think, are probably the most exciting developments that we're seeing.
So what do we need to know about the companies in the new mutual fund?
Well, relatively speaking, it's not a huge universe of pure plays. That would be companies that essentially get 100% of their business from 3D. There's approximately 15 to 20 companies that are pure plays. But there are another 20 to 30 companies around the world who are actually big household names that are making very heavy investments in 3D printing. For example, General Electric will be in the fund. A lot of people don't realize it, but General Electric has made several acquisitions of 3D printing companies, and I believe they said it within 3 years or 4 years, 40% of every one of their jet engine parts will be made by 3D printing, because you don't have to have extra inventory.
We all know some of these names, the pure plays especially, have done really well. And we know that when things are bad, they can be bad for a short period of time. They're volatile. But the minimum investment here is $2,500. Are you getting people in who might go in over their heads?
Well, the fund launched today. So I think it's for those who are thinking that they want to invest in 3D printing. This is a pretty conservative way to do it, because, one, you're spreading the risk. We are studying the situation and all the companies and seeing them coming along, and it's a good way to put your foot in the water, and then if you like the way things are going, to invest more.
Right. Ticker TDPIX?
Correct.
Alan, thanks for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
Alan Meckler joining us here at Post 9.
We'll keep an eye on those 3D printing stocks. All right, let's get back to the markets, where stocks have been down triple digits for most of the morning here. Now big consumer companies like Energizer, Tupperware also moving lower on earnings today. The earnings squad is going to be here to tell you everything you need to know in just a moment.
When does your